Hi, and welcome to Cat Run Figures. I'm your host, Caitlin, and today I have another comic review for you guys. So this is Strikeforce issue 1, and I'm going to be completely transparent here and tell you the only reason why I picked up this book is because this beautiful beast right here, Angela, yes, that's right, Angela is part of a new team, Strikeforce. I really didn't care about it other than that. So it just came out this week, so let's dive right on into it, shall we? Alright, so as we dive on into the book, we get to see kind of a little sketchy little montage here of a few very noteworthy Marvel characters, including my girl Angela, of course, Spider-Woman, and some other ragtag bunch of Bad News Bears, which I honestly feel like they should just call this team the Bad News Bears of Marvel, because Strikeforce, it's kind of lame, but okay. I'm going to call them Bad News Bears for the rest of this comic, because it's basically what they are. But, yeah, they're toasting to the end of the world, and, we find out that they're stealing viruses. Not good. So, fast forward to the Avengers, or at least, this comic's little selection of the Avengers, which includes, Ghost Rider, Iron Man, T'Challa, aka Black Panther, a very roided out She-Hulk, because she is way more Hulk than She-Hulk, in my opinion, and yeah, Captain Marvel, which thankfully with the longer hair, because I prefer her with the longer hair. But yeah, they're actually going in to try to intervene with the missing viruses and the really bad quarantining kind of atmosphere that we're stuck in. Yeah, so this base did the same thing that anyone with any real kind of protocols when it comes to, you know, threat of viruses and contamination. They sealed everyone inside and quarantined it all off. Yeah, including armed guards. So the Avengers show up, and they make pretty quick work of getting inside of the containment field. And I'm telling you right now, I don't like the way that the Avengers are written in this. I feel like a lot of the dialogue is very clunky throughout the scene, especially. I'm not the biggest fan of the way this creative team made She-Hulk look or sound throughout the book in particular. Out of this Avenger team, she's the one character that I care about the most. And she was basically all Hulk the entire time, and there's no Jennifer. There was no Jennifer left. So there's a moment where she is exposed to some of the contaminated strands, and the question comes up, do we want to save the fridge of viruses, or do we want to save a Hulk? And, of course, Carol Danvers is like, Hulk. We're going to save the Hulk. Come on now. So she starts to ramble that she hears their friends, she hears people that they know, and they're saying bad things. So they think that, you know, it's just delirium, she's gone nuts. Well, she takes the fridge to smash into a wall because, you know, Hulk smash apparently couldn't accomplish this in its own right. Okay, whatever. Anywho, that is where we find our Bad News Bears, aka Strikeforce. Yeah, that's right. Angela's team. I don't even think that she's actually the leader of this team, but I'm going to say that she's the leader of this team because, let's face it, Winter Soldier, Wiccan, yeah, Spider-Woman, she's the leader of this team. Wholeheartedly gonna say it right now until, of course, Blade shows up, but that's not until later. Anywho, they are our main suspects as to what happened to the contaminated vials and where these possible diseases, viruses, what have you, are. So, back in Avengers Mountain, we are dealing with a very awkward moment where the Avengers are discussing what needs to happen as far as our ragtag group of we believe that they are being played in this, that they didn't actually do any of this. But what exactly to do with our ragtag crew of Bad News Bears? And yeah, that's when ultimately they discuss the blood. The blood that was affected from certain Avengers that lost control due to the viruses, and certain ones that were also exposed to it that had no effects on it whatsoever. And who do you call in when you're dealing with blood in Marvel? Do you call Doctor Strange? No, Tony. No. Because if you're T'Challa, which smart man that Black Panther is, you call the one man who knows his blood. And that would be Blade. So Blade shows up, and he makes pretty quick work of dealing with this team, which, I'm sorry, Wiccan was really kind of annoying in this issue, which normally I'm okay with Wiccan, but he was just kind of complaining that he was hungry, and you can't just go out of your way and make a pizza appear, because that's totally against his magic and this, that, whatever. Yeah, thankfully Blade showed up to shut him up and to destroy the cameras. And that's when he decides that there's something that he can share with this crew, that he couldn't share with the Avengers, because now they have to team up with him to go after the things that are basically taking over their lives, taking over their faces. So we do go through a little bit of a little backlash as far as Blade and a story where he came across a young girl that was being attacked by vampires. Or at least he thought she was being attacked by vampires, because it turns out she was actually a shapeshifter. And, yeah, he cut her in half. And then he found the real girl, and we find out that he tried to push that in the back of his mind and not think about it, until he found out that a number of the Avengers were now being blamed for, Avengers adjacent members, because a lot of them aren't necessarily on the Avengers team anymore, or really at all at this point. But they're being blamed for all of this, and they're all stating that they're innocent. They're not guilty. They're being framed. So, of course, one borrowed teleporter ride later, they are now in the rainforest of Indonesia, and he is telling them all about these shapeshifters. And pretty quick work later on, we find out that these shapeshifters can only actually take on the forms of someone that they have captive. And unfortunately, we find out that they have Dr. Doom, because these shapeshifters take on the form of Doom. How many of these shapeshifters did it take to take on Doom? Dude, I want that flashback. I could care less about Blade going after vampires in a flashback. I want to see the fight between Doom and these shapeshifters, because that seems crazy all in its own right. Because Doom, crazy powerful. Anywho, back to Angela being a badass and saving the day. We do get a fun little discussion between both her and Blade as to the history behind these shapeshifters. Of course, they are attached a little bit to the lore behind Lady Freya, aka Angela's mother. If you didn't already know, yes, Angela is actually Thor's sister. Shame on you for not knowing that. But we do go deeper into the pits of these shifters, and the rest of our crew shows up. Of course, I do kind of love the fact that Winter Soldier's like, wait a minute, It's like they take over your life, right? Who wants my life? No one wants Winter Soldier's life. He's got a rough life, okay? Anywho, so we do find ourselves in the midst of the king, or the prince serpent, the serpent prince, whatever. Basically, he's the king of the Viridai. I really suck at pronouncing things. The king of these alien shifters. Shapeshifters. Changelings. I'm sorry. Wiccan described them as changelings, so we're going to call them changelings. Anywho, we do find out from Angela that there's really no point in trying to attack them head on because they have quite a bit of defensive magic. Same thing that a number of the other Avengers are going to find out later on in this issue. And, yeah, Hellstrom shows up. And, yeah, it was a quick fight. It's a quick fight where, Blade just kind of puts a sword through Hellstrom. And, yeah, we end off the comic with, oh my god, that was a shifter, right? That wasn't actually him. But don't worry, because we very soon get a call from his sister and find out that her brother just showed up and he's acting very strange. So, of course, in the next issue, we are going to see exactly what's up Hellstrom and deal with all of that. But I do have to tell you, Strikeforce issue 1 was very clunky. The writing overall was kind of annoying at times. The art was kind of all over the place. It was between being good or being kind of splotchy at best. The team, for the most part, I don't really care that much about. I'm an Angela fan, so I am going to check out issue 2 of this. The Angela Blade moments were actually pretty great throughout, but the rest of it, not that fabulous. There was a really great line for Spider-Woman where she's like, hey, I'm a mom and I got a kid that needs a bath before bedtime. It's like, yeah, shout out to the fact that she has a kid. Why don't we bring that book back? Because, hello, toddler dealing with superheroes and all that nonsense. Awesome as an aunt, not as a mom, because I only have fur babies. But, yeah, Angela is teamed up with Blade and the Bad News Bears, because that is what I'm calling them from now on. Strikeforce, aka Bad News Bears, the comic in Marvel. Anywho, that is it for this episode of Cat Run Figures. Please do give me a like if you like this video. Comment below and tell me whether or not you picked up Strikeforce issue 1 and whether or not you're like me where you're kind of like this issue was a little meh at times, but you're still kind of interested to see where it goes because Angela and Blade were pretty good in this, not gonna lie. Didn't think that I was gonna like that combination, but it kind of worked in this. So we shall see. Also, if you really enjoyed this comic and you think I'm completely wrong, tell me in the comment section below as well. I would love to have a discussion with you about it. So please do subscribe to my channel for more comic book content or check out any of the older videos I have up for offer here on Cat Run Figures. And if you're wondering why I'm over here, this is Cinema Figures, not actually the Cat Run Figures set. It is because I broke some of the lighting over there in Cat Run Figures, and I've been a little too lazy to fix it. Not gonna lie, it happens. YouTube problems. But, yeah, that is it for this episode. Please do all of the above. And until next time, I'm your host, Caitlin. Bye.